I'll let everyone come in first lah. Okay?
Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to miss part of it.
Ustad, I really miss Singapore.
When was the last time here?
2 years ago.
Before COVID. We went there
2019?
November, 2019 November for Janelle's birthday. We took her to the safari because Jovian is so busy. So like 2 months once, I go on. I go on a trip with her, just girls trip. I take the night safari and 2 butts in Shangri-La.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
We wanted to bring the kids to the Shangri-La place, but it's been quite full because there are lots of bookings that you need to make in order to get in. So inshallah one day.
So it's not that easy to access the club nowadays?
Yeah, definitely. All hotels are really very hard.
And then I like to go to Paragon. There's this small cake place called the Chalk Farm. The kaswi is so good. Like my favorite.
Likewise, I also miss Malaysia a lot.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. Hi everyone. Let's give a few more minutes.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live now. Yeah, we're live. Orang dah masuk. But let's give it a couple of minutes. Yeah, we get more people to join the session. Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Assalamualaikum.
Welcome to our session.
Sabar jap, a few more minutes.
Hi. Macam tak nak masuk.
Sekejap sabar.
Salam. Oh, there.
We still have people joining.
Hi Yanti. Hi Intan. Oh, Yulin is here too. Hi Lin. Thanks for joining, Lin. Oh, there.
Oh,
So actually over there. Okay.
Hi Farah. One Siti Zulaika. Assalamualaikum.
We are trying to get Janelle to come and join us on this session, perhaps during the introduction and also the opening, but unfortunately she's so scared. Badan je besar, dia penakut. How's the schools in Singapore right now, Ustaz? Are you guys
No, they're all open, all good.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah. So kids are all back to school, yeah?
They are, except maybe when there is a case in a particular school, then they'll probably close the school down for 1 day and then reopen the next day. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I think we got about 80 people, I think, slowly, one by one joining us. But I think we should start our session. Yeah?
Okay.
Are we ready? Assalamualaikum and a very good evening and welcome to our first episode of the Parenting Retreat series titled Parenting for Their Future. Thank you everyone for joining us live. I'm Muhaini Mahmud, the moderator of tonight's session, and along with me here is motivational speaker Mizi Wahid, who'll be co-hosting the session for tonight. He's better known as Ustaz Mizi Wahid, yeah?
I'm very excited to be here. Thank you so much, Wahini, for the introduction. And I can't wait to speak to our very wonderful guest today, Dato Jovian and Datin. And I think there's a lot for us to talk about with regards to parenting and our hopes and our dreams for our children. I think I'd love to hear what they have to share. And I think Wahini will also chip in, right, Wahini?
Don't bully me, Tonight is about Dato Jovian, Datin, Nina, okay?
Come on, boy. And even you, Ustaz, I'm sure all of us will have good input to this very interesting topic that we will be talking. And before we start, we would like to also send our gratitude to Moy and also Ustaz Mizi for inviting us for this session. We are very honored to be here tonight. Assalamualaikum, everyone. And thank you very much, Moy, and also Kiddocare, of course, for inviting us.
Yes. Actually we were looking forward to see Janelle, Miss Lim. I thought, bolehlah tengok si comel tu. Mana dia?
Ada kat bilik in her room.
But-
She's getting ready to sleep. But let me
Bedtime.
just
Okay.
try to invite her. Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah, people are asking for her.
Yeah. Everyone wants to see siapa Miss Lim ni.
Where's Martin?
Tidur already.
Tidur dah. Janelle, after the whole pandemic thing, because we don't have school kan, so her sleep time is a bit off now. She used to go to bed at around 8:39, now 9:30. Like quite late lah.
Tak dapat lah tu.
I rasa tak. I didn't think so. No, because she's shy now for some reason. Yeah. Shall we start? Should I call Jovian?
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
Yeah.
If she malu tak apalah, we don't want to force her lah. It's okay.
Kesian kan? Yeah.
I got my little one here.
Oh,
hello.
Say hi. Let's say hi.
Sweetie.
What's
Sexy
your
baju tidur.
name?
What's your name? Alia.
Yeah. How old are you, Alia?
How old are you?
3.
3.
3.
Oh, she's around Janelle's age.
Hmm?
Same age
Her
kan?
birthday is next month. Her birthday is next month.
Malu dia.
Mereka going to be 4 ke 3 this year?
Going to be 4.
Janelle as well. Janelle November 2017.
She's so cute.
Yeah, September baby.
September. Yeah, it's November, baby. Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. No, I can't
Alright,
bring.
we continue. So tonight's session, tonight's session is very santai, very simple, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Before we start with the Q&A, the serious Q&A parenting questions, okay? We're gonna do the breaking the ice session. Okay, we're gonna start with a short candid game for both of you. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll ask you a few questions. Okay, and all you have to do is if you think, you either point to yourself or to your partner.
Okay.
Senang je. Okay. First question. Who said I love you first? Who is more romantic? Who apologizes the first after a fight?
The one who's at fault, probably.
If I'm not wrong, you start. You can relate to this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who
Sorry.
is the funny one? Who is more patient? Who is the better cook?
Yeah, I'm losing everything.
Who is the garang one? Nak menang sangat.
You want something?
Yeah.
Who takes longer in the morning to get ready?
Of course.
Okay, this one soalan cepu mas. Who does Janelle look like?
Me.
Me.
Okay, Ustaz, so you tell me. She looks like me or Jovian?
Actually, she looks like mommy more.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think so.
guys. I'll just repost a baby photo of me when I was 3 years old and Janelle in comparison. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, last two question. Who is Janelle's favorite?
Me. Okay lah, daddy lah.
Daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl.
And the final one, who spoils Janelle the most?
Mommy lah, of course.
Me.
Okay, all right. So now, let's start our session. And
Okay.
I'll start the first question, okay?
Okay.
After this, you can continue, Kate. So my first question to both of you. What is the best part of being a parent?
Okay, I'll let you answer first.
Okay, to me, watching her grow, because I see her from this very tiny baby, and okay, before that from in the tummy. Then when she came up, because I wasn't expecting, a lot of things, like how does she look like and everything. So from being this tiny baby, she wasn't that tiny, like she was quite big. So a baby till then I see all her developments, like, from the time where she first said mommy, daddy, she starts talking, and then now she's trying to teach me things. So I feel that those are moments that I can never get back. And actually I feel that time moves really, really, really fast, that like sometimes I keep forgetting, like to me she's still a baby, but kids nowadays, they grow really fast. So she tells me that I am her baby. So yeah, so to me those are things that I truly treasure. Yeah.
Like for me, I think being a parent really teaches you the meaning of patience, because like I mean before you become a parent, you want things fast. You are quite selfish to yourself. You don't. I mean, you get angry fast, temperamental, and so on. But being a parent really teaches you the real meaning of patience, where everything takes time and takes a lot of process to get where you want to be. You see, like especially like how to actually teach your baby from even like how to first walk, for example, or even to teach the first cycling lesson and things like that. So it takes a lot of patience for whatever that we want to achieve in life. And not only that, what I truly believe is that the moment that Janelle came into our life is that I myself found a better purpose in life, where everything that I plan, when everything that I do is all about our future, it's for Janelle's future. Whereas before Janelle, it's all about fun, about now. You just want to have fun, you want to be crazy and be young, things like that. But when Janelle came into our life, it's everything is surrounded to what will happen to Janelle when she's grown up and when she goes to school, higher education, etc.
And I think we become better people as well,
Better person, of
because
course.
we want to be a good role model to her as well.
Yeah.
I think those are really good points. I can totally relate the part where we get to see their growth, gradually, bit by bit, in front of our own eyes, every step of the way. Even though I've been a very, very busy parent, I cannot say that I'm more hands-on or more involved, but I'm blessed enough and lucky enough to be able to sometimes be there during the key milestones of the children's lives. I'm blessed with 4 children. So, you don't want to miss all of them. You don't want to miss any of them. Every step of the way, as much as you can, you try to be there. So that's one thing. But I also can agree with what Jovian said, which is about, having children actually changes you. It develops you into becoming a better person, doesn't it? Like you said, you become more patient, you find a stronger purpose in life, and so on and so forth. And I guess when we reflect at the end of the day, when we compare ourselves pre-parenthood and post-parenthood, we realize that a lot has changed about us, and we perhaps would have matured as a couple too, as a team.
Yeah.
We communicate better. We learn to distribute roles and tasks better as well. We identify each other's strengths along the way, and I guess that's the whole joy of parenting. Yeah.
So I have a question for all the 3 of you, okay? Jangan tanya soalan, I can ask. So, you see, when you are a couple, before the kids come, you are a couple. So, you are a couple first, then you have this dynamics that you have together, and then suddenly the child comes and everything just changes, right? You have to rediscover yourself as parents. So was it a struggle for you at first? Did the dynamics change that much? As a
for me,
couple?
not so much. Okay. Yes, I have to admit, I think the first few months, yes, for the both of us, we do argue a lot as well, because of course at then we were confused on how to raise her. There are certain decisions that we made that we were not on the same page, but eventually, because we both understand that we want what's best for her, so we give in, we compromise, and also we compromise our time, because we used to be like, for example, on a Sunday, we love going out, me and Jovian. Sometimes, those days we would just wake up in the morning, take our passport, drive to Singapore to have lunch. We would do crazy things like that. But also because we took time before we got Janelle, I think for about 3 years, we've done everything. So we were more than ready for her. So we, made time for her. So now it's every weekend is all about her. So we adjust.
Yeah. I think we were mentally prepared to have Janelle in our life until she was really born. Then it hits the whole reality of, oh my God, we don't have that freedom anymore.
Especially when we travel.
Yeah, that whole freedom, and also the time we had, the sleep, quality sleep that we used to have, all this thing. But I believe that having a child is a big change in anyone's life, and any change in life will take time to adapt. So adapting to it will take time and process to it. So I believe it is a process that you need to cherish, and also to really adapt to, and to appreciate. I mean, this is the kind of experience that you don't get a second time. Yeah.
And yourself, Mizi? Comment?
Yeah, I do agree that it does change the dynamics of your marriage for sure, because you used to, because I had my first child 2.5 years after the marriage. It wasn't immediate, meaning we were accustomed to each other and just the two of us. And when a child arrived into our lives, we had to make adjustments, like what Jovian said. We had to make adjustments for sure. But one thing I realized is that when you could have your career, your business, your house, your parents, a lot of things, but when a child arrives, somehow they are able to take the number one spot in terms of your list of priorities. Like suddenly, and this, especially when they fall sick, you drop everything else, you tend to them first when there's an emergency. And just now, he also said about holidays. They're never the same again. They're never the same again. You plan everything around them. It's
true. Yeah.
So if you've been a parent long enough, you know that you go for a holiday, you come back, you are more tired than before. We went for the holiday, you're more exhausted because but the beauty of parenting is that you get to create beautiful memories with them, and these things no one can take away from us. Yeah.
All right. So next question. Do share with us, what is your day-to-day routine like? Give us a rough idea on the life of Dato Jovian Mandagie and Datin Ismail Sabri. As you are busy with your Jovian Mandagie fashion line, and the latest one, Hey Ho. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then Nina, you have your salon, your hair salon, Capello, and also you're running a kindergarten, Peter Anna kindergarten. So, tell us, how do you juggle between parenting and your daily obligations? So tell us, what is your daily routine like from the moment you wake up until you tidur?
We will wake up, we'll do our subuh, and normally I'll take a quick nap. Jovian will normally be busy preparing himself before he goes to work. And then Janelle leaves for school. Jovian will send her every morning. So they have a routine where they do their thing together. So they used to go to BSC, buy breakfast. Jovian will send Janelle to school, and I'll come later on. So I don't want to disturb their daddy-daughter time, because I have more time with Janelle during weekdays. Jovian is quite busy during weekdays. So normally what I do is that I'll go to the kindergarten, and then I'll go to the salon. But whatever it is, I'll make sure that I'll be home latest by 4. because 4 is when Janelle is basically relaxed at home, because sometimes after school she has classes as well. So that is when I properly spend time with her. For that 2 hours, I'll either bathe her or I'll feed her dinner. She has dinner quite early, around 6. So I'll feed her. So that is my time with Janelle. So around 7-ish, Jovian will come home, and that is when Janelle will spend more time with Jovian. That is, of course, before the pandemic. During the pandemic, morning is the same thing. She'll spend some time with Jovian at home. I'll be at home with her most of the time. So because she has online classes, and then I teach her a bit as well, because I can't depend 100% on online because she's still very young. So I do have a lot of time with her. As for Jovian, on Sunday, actually, Janelle knows. Sunday is her day with daddy. Even mommy cannot disturb. She gets very jealous of me.
Possessive.
Very possessive. But also because she doesn't get daddy as much can. So on Sunday is my rest day. Because trust me, I think mothers, you can relate to me. Monday to Saturday, when you are with your child, you just want to pull all your hair out. So daddy takes care of her on Sunday. Mommy gets to watch Netflix, sleep a bit, things like that. Yeah.
So that's pretty much all of it. So I get to spend my time, quite limited actually, with Janelle in the morning before I go to work, and basically I used to be able to do school runs before the MCO, recent MCO. Hopefully it will be lifted soon so that we can go back to our routines. School runs is one of the best thing and one of the things that I look forward every day, which I get to spend good quality time with Janelle for at least about 1 or 2 hours, and then when I come back from work, it's dinner time, and also I'm the one who will also put her to bed. So when I put her to bed, that's the time when I get to catch up with her, ask her how was her day, and things that she plays, things that she learns, and also to tell her bedtime story. I'm quite blessed that within this, even with this, my schedule being very tight, I still get to spend good quality time in the morning and also at night with her. And sometimes in the middle of my meetings and also during lunchtime, I'll get to do a bit of FaceTime with her. But I'm blessed in that sense, in the sense where Nina have more time to spend at home, being with her, to play with her and teach her things, so that I don't feel so bad being that busy, because Nina is always there, because she does not need to be based in her office all the time. See, yeah. So thank you for all the time and also effort that you put in while I'm at work, of course.
So that was a public appreciation. Yeah.
Hargailah isteri anda.
Yeah.
So if I can do a follow-up question to that about time, because time management is really one of the toughest things, in all honesty. How about quality time with each other? Because sometimes for parents, once we become parents, we forget that we are actually also husband and we are also actually wife. Like we become parents first, husband and wife second. And that may, cause us to spend less time with each other. So how do you guys manage that? Do you also have like a fixed time every week or every month where, Daida, you have to go on a date or spend some quality time together? How do you manage that?
So every weekend, for example, I make it a point that on Sundays I don't work. So I put my phone away so that I can really give my attention to Janelle and Nina. Of course, more for Janelle. So that's weekend. Every night before sleep, then I'll have about 2 hours to chill with Nina, whether we catch up on our days or we discuss about things, and also just chill
Netflix.
and watch Netflix, you see. And we also make it a point where before MCO, we will have like 2 date nights where we in a week, so that we will have just our own time together, spending time for a few hours over dinner and things like that. Yeah.
And
so
we do cycling
yeah,
as
and
well.
also we cycle together. So that's also one
Yeah,
of
I
the
saw the photos.
time that we have spending as a.
I
as
think
a
it's really good when
couple.
couples have a hobby that they share the same hobby. It makes
Yeah,
things easier.
yeah. The only thing is that I wish that she could cycle faster so that I will not be leaving her behind all the time.
Lepas tu marah kan, macam
Yeah.
kau tak payah bawa I.
And
Yeah.
that's where it gets fun, the little banter and
Yeah. But I have to also give the credit to Nina being the one who always initiate things between us, and she always feel, because I'm the busy one, so sometimes I overlook things. So Nina being the over analytical person also, she will tell me, hey, you know what, we haven't been spending time, can we have a date night? And then I will say, yeah, of course, I will set time and things like that. So
He will always
so
take time. Yeah.
I think being a parent and also a married couple is to understand your priority and also your responsibility, and to be able to make time and make it a point that you need to do it for the better and the sustainability of your married life, you know.
And
Yeah.
we do holidays, just the two of us, that we leave Janelle as well. So my parents come over and stay here. So last year we could only do it once because of the pandemic, but before that we did like twice a year. Yeah. Used to do
Nice.
twice a year. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my next question is, what are the values you want to instill in your child?
Okay, I think what I always tell Jovian is that I want her to be kind, because I feel that the world is quite scary out there. I don't want her to be very spoiled as well. So we do like a reward system with her where we teach her things. Like, for example, you clean your toys and you get something. So we don't want her to feel that things can come to you as easy as just, because, grandparents tend to spoil her as well. She's the only choo-choo from both sides. So we tell her. So, like, for example, when we go out to work, also she asks, why do you need to work? So we explain things to her as well. So she, although she's quite young, she understands mommy and daddy will have to go to work to pay for things, like very basic things like that. So we tell her, you need to work, you need to study hard. So those are the kind of things that we instill in her as well.
Yeah, for me, two very important values in Janelle that we want to instill is, number one is to respect each other, respect your parents, respect friends, everyone around you. You see, because I believe that respect is to be earned. You can't simply get respect from everyone just because who you are, but it's something to be earned. And to receive respect from everyone around you is not something that is so simple and easy. You have to show good example, you have to behave, etc. So all these other good values will come from having to learn how to earn respect from others. And second would be responsible. To be responsible of your own action, to be responsible of yourself, and to be responsible of your own future. You see, because that's what I've been taught by my mom, is to be responsible and independent since I was very small. So I think Ustaz, you have heard of a long story of my childhood, so you know how I was raised.
So I think my wife and I, we are also concerned about the same thing. We don't want our children to think that just because they're getting things easy now doesn't mean that in the future things are going to remain the same. So we too try to instill in them the importance of working hard, to earn their rewards, and kids nowadays, they want weird rewards, like if they play certain video games, they want to be able to buy the coins in the game or stuff like that. So you have to do it. Yes, Roblox, yes.
Yeah.
So, relatable, right? Relatable. So things like that. So I guess it's a journey. Our kids are all still very young, so we have a long way to go. Continuously reminding them about the right values and principles is definitely the way to go.
Okay, I'm gonna take a question from one of the participants, Osman Abdul Karim. Salam Dato and Datin. Do you think parents should teach their kids or rely totally on teachers, even during face-to-face lesson?
Okay, can I answer?
Sure.
Okay, so you see, I truly believe that you need to be there for your kids to teach them as well, because sometimes that even by being there to teach them, you are also spending very good quality time with them. But of course, I also do understand that not everyone have the luxury to do it. Like for example, because I own a school, so sometimes we give some like fun things for the parents and the kids to do at home, and some of the parents say that they don't have the time because they don't want when the kids sit with them, because since they work Monday to Saturday, so when they have that Sunday, they want to do fun things with the kids, so they don't want to be teaching the kids and stress them out. So I think that's it's up to the parents, to the individual. But if you ask me, like, I feel the need to do it because it gives me the satisfaction when I teach her something and then I see I see Janelle doing it. So there's no right or wrong in this, because I do understand not everyone have the luxury of time, but if you do have the extra time, then why not? Yeah.
For me, I think you have to really set this since they're born, whether you want to be the teacher for the rest of their life, or you just want to pick and choose things that you really want to teach and let the rest of other things, like for example, academics, to be taught by teachers only. Because I know certain parents that really are very hands-on on everything, from values to academic or even sports, everything. They just want to be that hands-on to their children. But there are also parents who feels that, okay, I don't have the time. I just want to teach my kids on values of life, you see, and they will let all other things like academics and also sports to teachers, teachers, you see. Yeah, but as for us, I think I kind of let teachers to Janelle's teachers to actually handle all academics part of it, and I will come in more on values and also religion.
Because I'm also part of the teacher, so I also do the reading sometimes at home. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mizi?
Yes, so there's another question from one of our viewers. The question is, Janelle is a very lucky and blessed girl. How do you make sure she grows up not feeling entitled and is consciously grateful for life's blessings? So I guess we half answered this earlier, but is there anything else you would like to add to ensure that your child does not grow up feeling entitled, and how do we instill gratitude in them?
There's another thing that we do is we actually show her pictures, or like for example during MCO, when we do food basket distribution, we actually show her the videos and things and explain to her that not everyone is privileged. So because sometimes as kids, like I buy her a certain chocolate, so she might like it for the first 1 week, and then next time I buy her, she'll be like, I don't want this, I want something else. So I tell her, no, you have to finish your food first, because of course she's a child, so I can't explain things to her like in a very complicatedly. So I'll just tell her things like, there are people who needs food, you're very lucky. So we make her understand, because I also believe that she needs to see the outside world. She hangs around with privileged kids as well, like from her school, my friends' kids, so she doesn't see things outside her bubble. So we show it to her. Sometimes even when we're watching the news, like during the war, so Palestine, so when we did the whole mass thing, we explained to her everything. So she gets it. She gets it somehow. So
very much.
Yeah. So she will tell us things like, "Mommy, I want to donate my toys. I do need a lot of toys." So when I see that as a mother, we feel very proud of her. So we know that she understands that you are very lucky, but you also need to understand the suffering of others and appreciate what you have.
One thing
I
about
think it's really great that at that age she knows what empathy is. So
she's very observant to the extent that because you see, I love having her during news at night, so that she get to watch news with me and exposed to her whatever that happens around the world or even in the country. So during Palestine days when they were hit by Israel, I would tell her why is the war happening and why are we seeing people dying and kids losing their parents and so on. And very sweet of her, every night before we go to bed, she will remind me and tell me, Daddy, don't forget to dua for the kids who lost their parents, things like that, And it's a blessing that Janelle is very full of empathy and very understanding and observant about a lot of things. So it's quite easy for us to explain to her, especially on the part of being grateful and always be thankful of what we have. Even sometimes when we were eating and she wouldn't want to finish her meals, we would tell her, you know what, Janelle, it's so sad that you are not going to finish your food because other people don't even have food at home. And she would feel the needs of, okay, I will not waste my food, things like that.
Okay, talking about baca doa, I want to share a video. Boleh tak?
Sure.
Nak tunjuk video. Okay, hold on kita tunjuk video ni.
Morning, Janelle.
Good morning.
That? Huh? Not too sure what masjid. Masjid apa?
Masjid Nabawi.
Oh, Panda. Do you like masjid? You want to go masjid? What do you want to do in masjid?
Doing solat, doing Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oh, and some more?
And baca doa.
Oh, baca doa. How do you baca doa?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Yamidi. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal
So adorable.
How old was she masa ni? How old was she?
She was 2 years old.
Okay,
Just turned two.
soalan dia. Who taught her how to baca doa?
Daddy.
At 2 years old, that's amazing.
Daddy will read before. She learns in school also, but every night Daddy makes her read Al-Fatihah before she goes to bed, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So lama-lama dia hafal lah.
And also, I pray with her since she was born. So even when she was a baby, like a tiny baby, I will put her on my
The
sajada
sajadah.
or even on the side of my sajada, so that she's familiar of the act of solat, so that she understands that Daddy and Mommy must pray every day, 5 times in a day, and things like that lah. So even now, Alhamdulillah, every time that we pray together, to call her and join, she's very excited to do it because it's like a routine already lah, which is something that we introduced since she was born.
Very good. Kids will
Amazing.
emulate everything, the good and the
That's
bad, right?
That's
So
I always believe that children, they mimic what their parents do. If they see
Mm.
what their parents do, is pray, for example, every day, they're gonna do that. Yeah.
That's
So
all.
I think it's always important to set a good example and get them in that environment. If they see you doing certain routines and habits on a daily basis, they'll eventually realize that, hey, this thing must be important because my parents do it every day, right? Whether it is prayers or whether it is what Nina mentioned earlier, what being kind to others. If they see it often enough, they're gonna realize, hey, this is important to my parents, so it's something that should be important to me too, and I must learn to adopt these things too, and I must practice them too. So that's perfect ways of parenting, I believe. Yeah, awesome. Okay, I have another question here, and it's from my Ilyas. She asks, Salam everyone, what a great session here. Just a short question. How about the reward system? To what extent should we be doing this to our children? Will too much of it make them expect more when it comes to completing their roles and responsibilities? So in essence, is there a limit to how much we should reward them?
Okay, so for us, we do the reward system only once a week. So what we do is that, for example, on Mondays, we will tell her, okay, you need to clean your toys, you need to do Peter and Jane 5 pages. For example, Ikra, you have to do 10 pages. So she has this thing to do for that 1 week, and we'll tell her to select a toy. So we don't give it like every day you do something, you get something. We don't do that. So the reward system only works that, okay, if you complete this whole thing for a week, like numbers, for example, like you have to, she knows how to count 1 to 30 now. So we say, okay, next one is 30 to 50. So she will try. I also feel that it motivates her. Then by the end of the week, so those days we used to take her to Toys R Us every Sunday, so she picks only one toy. But now, of course, cannot. Mommy will order from Shopee lah. Yeah.
Yeah. I have nothing to add.
Get on.
Okay.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about that, Ustaz Mizi?
Mine?
Hmm.
The
The reward system.
There's this thing about okay, I think I give out more rewards than my wife, I guess. And it's a mix, and this is not good lah. Okay, I don't think I'm here just to share about what I do perfectly, because I'm not a perfect parent as well. I'm learning, but sometimes because of my feeling guilty, I substitute my lack of presence with presence. Like sometimes I do overgive, and it's especially when I was traveling back then a lot. I was traveling a lot to Indonesia, Malaysia, and every time I came back, if I forgot to get something from where I was at the airport, I'll grab something, before I see them outside. And technically there wasn't any reward for anything that they did. It was just me feeling guilty and wanted to give them something. So I guess we need to perhaps just know our boundaries. And my wife said something interesting. She said, why not the next time you want to get something, let's discuss first, okay? She cannot stand it if I suddenly buy something out of the blue and it's a big bulky item, and she, because then the house will be taking up more space in the house. But so I guess we have an agreement, some sort, that okay, if you want to reward them, let's discuss. Okay, who deserves a reward this week? What did they do? For example, our son just got some good results in school, so maybe we're gonna give him something. And our rewards are not just things, and sometimes it's experiences, sometimes it's like allowing them to follow us to go somewhere. They enjoy that. The kids enjoy that a lot. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay.
Maybe-
So
I'm going to
the next. Oh, you want to add? Okay.
To add a little bit, I think answering to that question from my as well is that I think whatever that we want to do to our children is all about moderation lah. You can't be too easy, too kind, too strict to your children. It's all a matter of moderation. Everything in life is all about moderation. Yeah.
Okay. So following that question, what we just discussed, how do you discipline your child when she misbehaves? Terbalik pula. Tadi is how you reward. Now, how do you discipline your child when she misbehaves?
All right. Okay, I will answer that. For me, I never believe teaching or shaping your children through violence or through hardship. It must be with love.
Like we don't scream.
Yeah,
we don't do
it
that,
must be with love. Only love could soften a person. I believe in that. So if you want to teach or if you want to discipline your kids, you must show them that you love them. You must tell them that something, anything that they did was not right, and you must tell them in the softest way possible, so that it will get into their head. Because violence will not get into their heart. It will just break their heart. So for me, if you want to tell your kids or discipline your kids, you just have to talk to their heart. Be very soft, be very gentle to them. Inshallah, they will listen to you. You just need to have that patience. You have to really do it constantly, repeat doing it. It's just like us lah. None of us are perfect. It's all by practice. The more you do it, the more you'll get better to it. Yeah.
Can I add?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever Jovian said is true. We do that because we don't pukul memang tak pernah lah. We will never do it. Screaming for no reason, we don't. But of course, because Jovian is hardly at home. So when she does something, the big thing, I will leave it to Jovian. So Jovian will normally pull her aside and talk to her nicely. As for me, because I'm with her all the time, so adalah the bit of the Asian mother lah kan, yang I macam Janelle, macam tu. Tapi tak adalah teruk. But I just feel that sometimes that, if you can tell your kids once or twice, tapi kalau dia tak dengar, you have to be a bit stern and strict. So I do that with her. But of course later she merajuk and everything, and I leave it to Jovian. So we do the good cop, bad cop thing as well. Because sometimes I also feel that kalau tak dengar, you've done your part. Like you keep telling her dia tak dengar, you just need to be firm and a bit garang. But we don't scream, because the thing is, scream at a child, this child won't understand. So then, after you be a bit stern, they takut a bit, then you explain nicely to her. So that's what we do. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a question tadi. I think I saw a question from Danny Rais. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you prevent yourself from smothering your child? We were
Okay, I think
brought up
it's pretty-
with tough love, but
I
parenting
think
now seems different.
I think this
Okay.
question is pretty similar to what was just answered, I feel, in terms of, tough love is when you draw that line between showing too much love. Like Jovian said, everything is in moderation. But you also cannot always tough. Because what
Yeah.
I've seen in some adults nowadays, when the only type of parenting they got was tough parenting and tough love, not everybody came out good, Some of
Exactly.
them are still very much broken today as adults, and they struggle to love themselves. They see no self worth in themselves. They go around thinking that they're never good enough because they need to perform and they need to achieve in order to attain love. So to me, you always need that balance. You can't be too hard, you can't be too soft. It's always like knowing the right time. So I guess that example that Nina and Jovian said earlier, where sometimes there are big issues, you need to pull your child aside and have a slow talk one-on-one. In my case, my wife does that really, really well. She can take one of the kids and half an hour with them if they did something bad, right? And something we really don't like, we don't approve. And I leave them in the room quietly, like, why is it taking so long? Right? But she does an amazing job. And the child comes out with some tear, but then in 5 minutes they're better. Like they understand the message that needed to be conveyed. And to me, that's the most important thing. If they understood what they did or what they said was wrong, and then they realize, and hopefully they will not repeat. So
Yeah, and I also believe that your style of parenting needs to be consistent, because yes, you can do that to your child when he or she is a lot younger. Now you want to marah-marah and do the tough love, but what's going to happen later on is that this is what I noticed with friends, because when I was growing up, my parents are very open, tell them everything, we do not lie to them. So it was easy for us where we have this trust with each other. So I want to be like that with my child as well, where she can be my friend. She can tell me things. She doesn't have to lie. And we will discuss things together. Because I have some friends where their parents were tough love, very garam, very strict, tak boleh buat tu, tak boleh buat ni. So they end up lying. So the thing is, if we start doing that now and we practice that, I'm scared of two things. One, my child will be astray from me, being upset with me, tak nak dekat dengan I. And secondly, I'm scared that when they're older, they'll start lying because they feel that we are not their safe place. So I don't want that. Yeah.
Same for me.
So what are the things that you like from how your parents raised you that you want to repeat?
For me, my mom really taught me the importance of being independent and also to rely on yourself and never expect anyone around you to help you, so that you are always in charge of yourself and also your life. So that is something that I want to teach Janelle, so that she will be responsible and independent as a girl or as a woman in when she grows up. Yeah, I think that's very important, because one of the question what Yulin asked us just now, how do we avoid our children to always rely on us and also be to feel feel
Entitled.
entitled, for whatever that she has now, you know. So I don't want Janelle to feel that way. So I do want to teach Janelle the importance of being independent and also be responsible for the rest of her life.
Okay, as for me, I would like for Janelle to also be close to us forever, because I'm very, very close to my family. So I would like for her to know that we are her friends as well. So I don't want her to hide things from us. I want her to always feel comfortable. If she gets into trouble, it's okay to tell us things, like we will be there for her. One. And secondly, okay, so when I was growing up, my father was super busy, but actually for every important moments, like for example for my sports day, for any recitals or whatsoever, he is always there. And I actually when I talked to my mom about it, my mom was like, your father was so busy. But to be honest, yes, I do remember he was so busy, but I also remember he never missed anything important. So I would like to also have that, like, you know, with my child. So that's why I always tell Jovian, we have to always be there for all the important dates, important things. We do celebration, like I'm very big into celebration. Birthdays, whatsoever, I don't mind overdoing it, because I truly believe that you need to treasure those moments with your family. Yeah.
So, when it comes to your child, let them make their own mistakes and learn, or protect and do everything for them.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a bit of both, where I also believe that they should experience things, make mistakes, because you can't have a perfect life. If you don't make mistakes, then you would learn from it. But I also believe as parents, you need to also protect your child on certain things. So I think it depends on the topic, or on the situation. Certain things that if you can protect your child, for instance, getting involved in drugs and things like that. Something that I don't want to tell her you experience it and then you come and tell me whether you like it. Those are the kind of things that I'll protect her from. But things like, for example, like simple things like now she jumps on the couch. I tell her, Janelle, don't jump on the couch, otherwise you will fall. I see she's about to fall, but she keeps jumping. I tell Jovian, biar nanti dia jatuh, dia tak buat lagi. Betul, she fell down, she stopped doing it. So things like that. So I just feel that it is a bit of both. So
Yeah, she needs to experience it all. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to say something?
All right. So there's another question here from one of our viewers, Ida. She asks, I'm going to summarize the question. It's pretty long, but basically it sounds very much like your relationship, where daddy is always away, mommy is mostly with the child, and even when daddy comes back, the child insists, I want mommy to do things for me. How do you tell your child, no, now it's time for mom to take a break, and then now it's time for you to spend with dad, right? So how do you do that?
I think for us, we don't have that problem because
she loves daddy, is it?
Yeah, she loves daddy more.
Yeah.
You know, she will hug me and say, Mommy, you're my best friend. Daddy balik. Bye, Mommy. Don't disturb us. Kata kat I.
No, I think for us is that because we complement our each other very well, in the sense that we make Janelle understand that every morning going to school is with daddy. Every day during the daytime, lunchtime will be with mommy. Playtime will be with mommy. School time or learning will be with mommy. And then going to sleep is with daddy. Dinner with daddy. Things like that. So because of this routine, she is already very comfortable, to the extent that, for example, going to bed to sleep, she wouldn't want Nina to be there. She would prefer me, because for her is that that's my time and that's my routine. Why do I have to do it differently? Things like that.
Yeah. So suggestion maybe to the mother earlier, what you can do is that maybe you can start slowly, something really small. For example, when at night, daddy can read a storybook.
Make it fun.
Yeah. So something, just one small thing first, that a fun thing that daddy can do with him ke her tadi. So with your child, so daddy can do that. So then mula-mula maybe kalau dia takut, you can be there as well. You can be at the side where daddy read books and you're just there. But later on, I think give it 2 or 3 times, your child will get used to it, and then your child will be like, okay, never mind, mommy can leave me and I'll be with daddy. So I think can start like that, and then maybe later on add on something. So I think create a routine daily for your child to do with daddy. Yeah.
And
I
I
think
also
that would work.
I also think that sometimes you do want to have like a quality time with your child. Sometimes I would take Janelle, just me and Janelle, for a drive and like for breakfast, just the two of us and things like that. And I will really make sure that that kind of a time or moment that we spend together will be really fun for her, so that she will look forward to have that again with me. Every time that I go out for drive or anything, it has to be really fun for her, so that she will look forward to it again. Yeah.
Maybe daddy can play bicycle with her, play dolls, something that daddy and her do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Go to
maybe
toy store. Toy store is the best.
buy a toy together and then maybe put Lego together or something for her to do with her daddy. I think she will eventually want to do that with her daddy only. Yeah.
Okay, next
Awesome.
question I have for you. Do you want to add anything? Is that easy? Anything you want to add?
No.
Okay. So my next question is, in your opinion, how different is today's parenting from your time?
Okay, so my parents both, they used to work, and I feel that those days parents leave everything to their nanny. I mean, to the maids or nanny. So I remember when I was growing up, like my parents, yes, they were there. They spent time with us as much as they can, but basically Monday to Friday, pagi sampai petang is mostly with the nanny. And then at night when they come back, of course, I get to spend most of the time with them. Weekends is of course time with parents. But I noticed that these days also, and then those days there's nothing much that you can do. Mostly you go for piano class or you go for ballet classes, and that's about it. There's not much for the kids to do. I think these days, what a lot of parents does is that we spend time and we also do quality things. Like for instance, Nell goes to little gym, she goes to ballet, and Moy, she's to go to aquabubs. So I feel that we get to spend time with our kids together by doing all these very not just important but not just also empty things. So they get to learn from it as well. So there are a lot of activities that parents do with their kids these days compared to before. So I think it's different, and also I feel that these days parents are more chill compared to those days. I remember those days sometimes that my parents are good in the sense that they explain things, tapi kadang-kadang bila dia tengah marah tu, dia marah dulu. Lepas tu nanti later baru dia explain. But nowadays I think we are more how to say, like we read more maybe, and also we have the internet that teaches us a lot of things. So I feel that the modern parenting is actually makes us closer to our kids. Yeah.
Yep.
Anything you want to add, Vivian?
But I have answered it well.
Okay, I see another question here. It's quite interesting, and I think this is a very current one. Or not this one, but it's the one about screen time that I see from Hanim. Yeah. So the question is, how do you guys control screen time? My husband sometimes asks my toddler to watch TV with him and give him his handphone. He's the more lenient, of course. Now my toddler asks for Coco Melon and then throws a tantrum when he doesn't get it. So what's your policy with screen time at home?
Yeah, I need tips for this also, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm facing the same problem.
So I hate Janelle playing with her phone. I hate it. Although I know it is a relief for us sometimes when they're playing with their phone, so that we will get a bit of break for us. But since she was small, I always say no to her screen time. So she's always afraid of asking for phones or iPad when I'm around. So I have no issues disciplining her because we had a big fight when she was maybe a year and a half, and I think she still remembers it until today. We had a big fight of me not wanting to give her iPad. I didn't want to give in at all. She was screaming, she was throwing tantrum, and I actually let her be. She wanted to hit her head to the floor. I let her be.
This was in Cameron Highland.
Yeah, this was in Cameron Highland, and I think that event have really taught her that daddy will never give in to what I do, even if I throw tantrum. So I have the advantage where we don't fight about that, but with Nina, they do fight about screen times and things like that lah. Yeah.
Because I'll be very, very honest with you. That's why I put her in a lot of classes. So Janelle, she has school, and after school she goes for a lot of classes. When she comes back in the evening, that 4 to 7 before Jovian comes home, I reward her for about an hour. Like, go ahead, because from morning she wakes up at about 8 until about evening till about 4. She is like in class doing something. So to me, you still need to, like, kita pun balik rumah, we watch Netflix and all, we play our phone. So I think it's okay. But it's just that I have to be very, very honest. I don't want to be like konon-konon I'm the super mom. This pandemic memang hancur. Because I feel so bad for her, because you see, like, okay, she does her class for about, like, in a day I do about 2 hours with her. So she has like 2 online classes. And then maybe I'll do like a bit of something with her for about half an hour, 1 hour, and then she's done. So she actually has nothing to do. But what we try to do to reduce it is that we allow her to, for example, go down and play bicycle, things like that. So I feel that if you have a garden or you live in a compound, you need to make sure your child goes out for outdoor activities. That's the only way to distract them, because otherwise they are at home, they're trapped at home. Kita adult pun, kita so tired and sick of this pandemic, so I cannot imagine them. So I think it's a give and take between parents and kids, but also if you want to tell your kid, okay, you cannot play your iPad, you need to find a different activity. So like such as like Janelle, she goes on play scooter, but she does it twice a day now, like around pagi and then again in the evening. We allow her, because I'd rather have her play outdoor for an hour morning and petang than playing iPad.
Yeah. So ideally, I think you just need to know what to replace her screen time with good activity and to really entertain them, because it's rather selfish and really unfair if you don't allow your kids to be watching anything that they like on TV or on phone or iPad when you are not even entertaining them, because kids get bored like us too, you see. So if you want your kids not to spend so much time on screen, then you really have to put a lot of attention and really entertain them. Do fun activities together.
Yeah. Okay. Do you mind extending just for a few minutes? I know it's been an hour, but I think we can take 2 more questions. Yeah. The next one is Ila Muhammad Kasim. Have you ever faced the dilemma of choosing either career or family? Like, we can't do both at the same time, Like, have you ever been in a situation, in a dilemma, whether you had to choose between career or family?
To be very honest,
not really. Because, like I said, I mean, I'm quite blessed. Like for me, I am very busy. I'm very career driven. I even at this age, 35, I feel that I still have a lot to do, a lot to go. I want to achieve more. But I'm quite blessed that Nina is a very hands-on mom, a very hands-on mother to Janelle, that I can really rely on her, and I don't have to actually worry about Janelle at all while I'm at work. So I don't actually have to give up so much being a parent, because I have Nina to cover me as a parent, And whereas Nina, I mean, she's quite lucky as well that I guess I'm a good husband. I provide enough that she don't have to actually think or worry much about work or financial, because I mean, alhamdulillah, we have enough, but that makes her be able to actually give all her time for Janelle. Yeah. So I think as a parent, you have to set a good balance between each other, so that neither one of them will have to lose the opportunity of between family and career, But even if both parents have to actually dedicate a lot of time for work, that both parents actually need to spend good time at work just for the sake of achieving or earning enough income for the family. I guess you just need to find balance between life and family. Life is all about balance, and also making point of what is important and what your priority is.
Yeah, I just feel that parents, if you have both parents working 9 to 5, for example, Monday to Friday, you don't have to feel guilty, because actually being at work, working to earn for your child is also
Noble.
it's a noble thing to do. So I'm sure when you come home, your child will appreciate it, knowing that you've worked so hard Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 for them, and you also have the weekend. So I truly believe it's not that you have Monday to Sunday. Kadang-kadang pun you have Monday to Sunday, you want to watch Netflix lah apa when you dah lama sangat kat rumah kan. Tapi instead, if you have only you have Monday to Friday, you have to work, you only have Saturday and Sunday, you make full use of that Saturday and Sunday, your child will still remember it. Like I said, my father was busy, my parents worked, but I don't remember not having quality time with them, because Saturdays and Sundays, it was all like family time. And I really had a good childhood, So your child will feel the same too.
And no matter how tired you are, you just have to make sure that it is a quality time spent with your children. It's so important. Like I fall asleep reading Janelle bedtime story many times. I feel bad, I feel guilty about it, but for me, at least I am there trying hard to open my eyes, stay awake, and still finish the whole storybook.
But she appreciates although for that only like 10 minutes at night, but the next day, that's like the highlight of the day. Sometimes I get so annoyed. I'm like, Mommy's here the whole day. Your highlight of yesterday was 10 minutes with Daddy? Okay.
Daddy steals the limelight, even though it's just 10 minutes.
Padahal I seharian kat rumah.
So Ustaz Mizi, how can you comment on this tough decision? You know, I mean, Nina and Jovian, you know, they're still married. So I'm asking on behalf of single parents lah, you know. Adalah kan, some people are single parents. So how do they make this, you know,
I think
tough
when
decision?
I have a lot of my students, participants, and people who DM me regularly. Quite a number of them are single parents, single moms, single dads, and they are stuck in that dilemma, because for them there's really no choice, to be honest. They have to go out, they have to work, they have to earn a living, they have to think about the child's future, they have to think about sustainability, stability, they have to think about all of those things. And at the same time, you know, a part of their brain is worried about, how's my child doing in school? How are they at home? Being taken care of by parents, in-laws, or no in-laws anymore, like parents, or, you know, taking care of maybe your helper, and so on and so forth. It's not easy. But having said that, you know, my personal experience too, like for my wife and I, we're both, you know, she's a professional and I run my own businesses, and we are both busy. We got some help from our parents some time back early on, but we survived, you know, like all of the kids went through childcare. So it's like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. kind of thing. We would try our best to fetch them early if we're done early. And we survived until the fourth child came. Then we got our first helper. We didn't get a helper before that. We wanted to try our best to do everything on our own until betul-betul pancit betul. That's it, you know, like we need time for ourselves as well. We need to chill. Then we got someone to come in and help us. So I think to each their own. Everyone's journey is unique and different, right, Winnie? And you know, we just need to do what we feel is right. Like what Jovian and Nina said, it's true, you know, like working really, really hard for your family is indeed a noble thing. And I would say it's an ibadah as well. Anything that brings in, you know, rewards, anything that brings in benefit to your family, it will be rewarded because you're doing a noble thing. So don't feel guilty. Don't be hard on yourself. At the end of the day, you know that when you lie down on that bed at night with like 5% left on your body battery, your body battery is left with 5%, you know that it was a day that was fulfilling and you are satisfied with what you achieved, you know. So alhamdulillah.
Yeah, and they're all for your kids for sure.
Yeah. Okay, we've come to the end of the session. Dah more than 1 hour. So sebagai penutup, you know, any last words, any parenting advice that each and every one of you would like to share?
Okay. The only thing I would like to say is that a lot of people will try to give you a lot of advice. You take everything and then you apply what you feel is best for your kid. Don't pressure yourself. Don't ever think that you're a bad mom or a bad dad, because every parents have their own struggle. And also, you know your child the best. That is one thing that I learned. I remember when I was pregnant, because I think I'm one of the youngest, like with Moy and all. So I remember, Moy, Yulin, all my friends told me, they said that, trust me, people come and tell you, your child should join this class, your child should do this, your child should do that. You don't have to, you okay, just take it and say thank you, because there are certain points that you can take and you can apply. But again, all kids are different. Doesn't mean what worked for my child will work for your child. So take it slowly, a step at a time, and you do you. At the end of the day, we are all amazing parents. We're all learning. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Jovian's not perfect. We try to share whatever we can today, but yeah, you know your child the best, and to our child's eyes, we are the best. Just remember that. Yeah.
As for me, well, I agree with Nina, and on top of that is that good parenting is good teamwork. You must have good communication between yourself and also your spouse to be a good parent to your child, and also always show good example to your children, because whoever and whatever you are, they will just replicate who you are. You see, if you're a hard person, you will have a hard children. Simple. But if you are an easy person and a good-hearted person, you will have a very good and well-behaved children, inshallah.
And then Ustaz Mizi, what about you?
Yeah, those are beautiful, beautiful reminders. I completely agree with all of them. I guess mine would be very observant with your child, because every one of them, like what Nina said, is unique. And so when you look at child number one, if you have more than one, you have to look at child number one, child number two. Each of them will gradually show you their interests, their passion, the things that they fear, the things they feel that is lacking in them, and so on. When you understand each child and what their needs are, what their wants are, you are able to address them properly, right? So spending quality time with one child is encouraged if you have the luxury to do that. Even if it's like, let's go to the supermarket together, and you have maybe you have 3 kids and you take one of them out, right? And then the following week, you want to go to the library. Let's just bring one child this time around. Like spend time with each child and allow them to express themselves, and don't ever underestimate that just because they're 5 or they're 4, that they are not able to communicate and articulate their thoughts and their feelings, their aspirations, their worries. You'll be surprised. Quite a number of them are able to actually express them. And I wrote in my latest book, You Are Loved, about how my daughter was able to do that. And it blew my mind, that she was able to be so emotionally connected to herself. Right? She knows what she's feeling. She knows what she wants. She knows what's missing. And she said it. So that's my advice to all the parents, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ada one last question ni, tapi I think I want to jawab. For Muhammad Nur Saleh, do you think busy parents must get maid, or that is just optional? My answer is, busy parents should take a babysitter from Kiddocare.
Yes. Yes.
Tempat promote.
Dia cepat tau.
Selit.
By the way, just wanted to say that, even though I'm in Singapore, I have a lot of Malaysian friends. And when they saw this poster came up, a lot of them said, hey, Kiddocare is very good, I used their service before. I love
Well trained.
And
in fact,
I
Nina pun pernah guna. She's one of our clients.
Because bila our nanny, we bagi dia cuti 3 days in a month. So bila dia cuti, I memang ambil Kiddocare sebab I'm at home lah. So pagi Janelle will go to school. So when she finish school, me and the Kiddocare. So because kadang-kadang I want to do work from home, so I get Kiddocare to come for a few hours, do activities with Janelle, and she loves it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. So before we end, nak posing sekejap because nak print screen, nak tangkap gambar. Can we smile? Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
Got it?
I think so.
All right.
One more time, okay? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, got it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ustaz Mizi.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you for spending your precious time with us
Thanks
tonight.
everyone for staying and
Oh,
also
Thank you
listening to
everyone
us.
for listening, and thank you Kiddocare.
Thank you, Kiddocare.
yeah, stay tuned for more episodes of the parenting retreat. Thank you. Hope everyone had a fantastic session. I'm signing off. Good night. Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Bye-bye.
Bye.